After flying into Portland, we spent the first few days of our summer trip to Oregon exploring the Columbia River Gorge. Go! We're at the Bradford Island Visitor Center, and they've got a big dam, hydroelectric dam here. Really cool. Checking out some historic stuff here. And the dam's over here. It's pretty cool. Let's check out the birds over there because there's quite a few. That bad boy. Got you on video, buddy. So that was a sockeye salmon, and we said most of these are, what do they call them?
Chad.
Chad, yeah.
Right.
Horsetail Falls was a perfect way to start our trip. We got there early, so we had the falls to ourselves. The Bonneville Dam was an impromptu stop that ended up being a lot of fun. Being so close to the border with Washington, the kids were excited to cross over the bridge and check another state off their list. That afternoon, we visited Waklala Falls to go for a hike. It was a fairly strenuous trail, which thankfully made for a private waterfall at the end.
I need to keep going.
Alright. On our way back to the parking lot, Ethan was able to track down a McGillivray's warbler. This was our first lifer bird of the trip. After a long day exploring, everybody was hungry. Mom found the coolest food truck place for us to eat. There were no fewer than 15 different options for everyone to choose from. The place also had a brewery, and the local beer was fantastic. Emma had an acai bowl, Ethan had Chinese, Charlotte had noodles, Mom had a caprese sandwich, and I had a Greek gyro. The next morning, our first stop was Bridalveil Falls, where we took a short hike to the waterfall viewing point. We also took a separate nearby trail to an overlook of the Columbia River Gorge. Next, we visited Multnomah Falls, the most popular waterfall in the area. It was immediately obvious why it's so popular. The waterfall is massive and features a double drop-off with a viewing bridge that gets you excellent access for photos. After wrapping up at the falls, we began our drive down to the city of Bend, where we would be staying for a week. On the way down, we stopped at Trillium Lake. We had a very clear day, making the view of Mount Hood absolutely breathtaking. We took a hike around the lake. Thankfully, this one was pretty much entirely flat. We arrived in Bend and spent the next week exploring the town and surrounding area. It was in the high 80s, so it was refreshing to cool off in the Deschutes River. Smith Rock State Park was one of our favorite spots in Bend. It featured jaggy red rocks, not too different than those you would see in Arizona. We visited Smith Rock in the late afternoon. This made for cooler weather and beautiful family photos in the soft light. On another outing, we went to the Newberry National Volcanic Monument to check out the striking landscape. Taking a hike through the monument felt like we were walking on another planet. The park ranger at the visitor center tipped us off on a nearby hike that took us along the river. It was tranquil, relaxing, and Ethan enjoyed photographing an American Dipper on some rapids near the end of the trail. We also went to local parks, visited the High Desert Museum, and tubed down the Deschutes River. Bend was also the birdiest town of the trip. The unique habitats of the Pacific Northwest offered up a lot of new species for us to see.
There we go.
Trout Creek Road was definitely our favorite spot of the trip. It was incredibly remote, tranquil, and netted us a half a dozen new species at the one location. Funny enough, the local Best Western in the City of Sisters scored us the only white-headed woodpecker we'd see on the entire vacation. At Sun River Nature Center, we were lucky enough to get a glimpse of a yellow rail that we flushed along this path. At the end of the video, I've included some of Ethan's best bird photos from the trip. Another cool thing in Bend was all the camper vans. Charlotte loves camper vans, and they were everywhere. After Bend, we began making our way to the coast. Before getting there, we had a weekend plan in Crater Lake. As we entered the park, it was raining with a bit of sleet. Thankfully, it cleared up enough for us to get some excellent views of the lake and the surrounding rim. The sleet turned to snow in the late afternoon. Charlotte was so excited. She loved snow and was really hoping to see some while we were out in Oregon. Ethan and Charlotte made a few snowballs and had an impromptu snowball fight.
You go first.
Okay.
Coming!
No. I missed. Come on. No, it's not gone.
There should be enough snow in Mom's hair.
The next morning, Ethan and I got up early to hike up the nearby summit. We were looking for a bird called the gray-crowned rosy finch. While we didn't find our bird, the hike was a lot of fun, and the snow-covered landscape was like a winter wonderland. The weather was really nice. We checked out of the lodge, then stopped at a few overlooks along the south rim as we made our way out of the park. Ethan got up close and personal with very tame Clark's nutcrackers. Our next stop was Florence, which was about 5 hours from Critter Lake. The drive was along the scenic Umpqua River. We stopped a couple times to admire the lush forest along the river. We arrived at our Airbnb in the late afternoon. This spot had its own private access to the beach on the Siuslaw River, outfit with a couple nice benches. It was a perfect way to begin our stay in Florence. From Florence, we visited many state and local parks along the rocky coastline. Hasita Head Lighthouse and Park was one of our favorites. The kids enjoyed it so much we made a longer visit the next day. At this spot, the river flowed into the ocean. The kids enjoyed wading through the river and finding rocks to skip. The lighthouse itself was beautiful, and a nearby headland served as a nesting ground for common murres and a couple species of cormorant. There were many areas along the coast that had craggy rock structures. This one was called the Devil's Churn. At high tide, it was a sight to behold, but at low tide, it produced spectacular tide pools. These tide pools host marine life, including starfish and sea anemone. What do you got?
Starfish and a lot of urchins.
Yeah,
I
there's a
found
starfish is right there. Oh, you got sea urchins right there.
purple. I think we're having one.
Mama.
She's lost.
Looking at the starfishies. There's Mimi. Yeah, there's a ton of them down here in this tidal pool. You can see the orange ones, the purple ones. There's some curled up. So cool. Emma in particular really loved tide pooling. It's a lot like treasure hunting. You never know what you're going to find in the next pool. Oregon has naturally formed sand dunes. We were fortunate they were only a few-minute drive away. We took a dune buggy ride at the suggestion of my parents.
Now this is the top of South Jetty Hill. We'll be coming back in this way at the tail end of the tour, so you don't miss any boardwalk time. We're just 30 degrees colder than it is just on the other side of the board now. So if you come down this way looking for seashells, agates, driftwood, you can spend a long time looking for treasures. Just make sure you catch the occasion.
It was an exhilarating activity with thrilling rides down the steep dunes.
Sayusla Indians occupied this area many years ago, and way up north where the mountain range drops into the Pacific, you find Sea Lion Caves, America's largest sea cave, just 11 miles north on Highway 101.
There are many lighthouses along the coast of Oregon. Yaquina Head Natural Area had one of our favorites. While the lighthouse was pretty, the surrounding natural cliffs were incredible. There were so many nesting seabirds, sea lions, and harbor seals. Coos Bay was only an hour south of us in Florence. We went to the Oregon State University Marine Science Center while we were in town. The center featured numerous hands-on educational exhibits. They had a tide pool petting zoo that allowed you to touch sea anemones, sea urchins, starfish, and sea cucumbers.
Yeah. They do look solid, and they're like super soft. Like you can barely feel them.
The girls also enjoyed playing with a scaled-down tsunami generator. You built a Lego structure, then hit a button to send a tsunami barreling at your creation.
There it goes.
Preparing waves.
Make it really tall. So it's sand, and then it shows you the elevation, like the topography. That's cool. So the white is the tallest, clearly.
What's the blue? Purple.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a mistake.
Now I want to.
That's really cool.
I want to make it all yellow.
And I guess the blue is like the really shallow area.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah. It's like jelly. There's like that much to it.
Our Airbnb was spectacular. We made marshmallows over the fire pit on the back deck one evening. Ethan and Charlotte built sandcastles on the beach. After our stay in Florence, we headed up the coast to our last stop of the trip, Tillamook. On our way up, we stopped at Nestucca Bay National Wildlife Refuge. During our stay in Tillamook, we took many afternoon outings to local points of interest. One of the first places we visited was Oceanside Beach State Park, which featured a really neat tunnel through the nearby headland. Of course, we had to visit the Tillamook factory. This was the Disneyland of Tillamook. It was by far the biggest operation in town. We got to see how the cheese was made, we sampled the product, ate dinner here, and enjoyed the creamy ice cream. We also visited Cannon Beach, which is a super cute town with lots of shops. While the girls did some shopping, Ethan and I went to Haystack Rock to look for tufted puffins. The girls joined us a little while later, and we took some photos with Haystack as our backdrop. Haystack was my favorite rock structure in Oregon.
Red light. Green light. Red light. Red light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Red light. Red light. I said red light.
No, it's where you look. It's where you look this way.
Pacific City, a small town south of Tillamook, was recommended by family. Pacific City features unique dory boats. These boats are designed to be directly beached at high speeds. We also explored the tide pools here.
It's like
The beach also had a 300-foot dune, which the kids readily climbed. I think they enjoyed the trip down more than the trip up, though. We also visited many nearby headlands. At Cape Lookout, we took a short hike to a nice overlook. Later, at Cape Mears, we walked to the lighthouse and enjoyed the view. We were lucky to spot two distant humpback whales breaching. Now to the birds. While we were in Oregon, we saw 177 different species, including 17 lifer birds. Lifer birds are those that we've never seen before. This is a full list of what we saw. Here are a few of our favorite photos from the trip.